Alright, this will be a chicken parm pizza. Alright, I got the bread ready. I'll explain that in a minute. Just want to go over things quickly here. Here's the cheese. That's what you're going to need. This is jackfruit, young jackfruit. This is the best company I found, meaning it's not mature, so it's not sweet like fruit. It looks like this. I'll show you what to do with it. I'm going to make a little side salad with what I got left in the house. I eat one meal a day. This is part of my meal. I'm going to show you what that is. And here is the jackfruit. This is olive oil, salt, pepper, and dried oregano with the jackfruit. Here's my sauce. So in the sauce, we'll start this way and go backwards. Made it last night in the processor. It is 2 cans diced tomatoes. Nothing added to it, just 2 cans diced tomatoes out of the can. And then there's salt, pepper, olive oil, and fresh basil from my indoor garden. And that's warming up ahead of time. And like I said, salt, pepper, olive oil, dried oregano. And then this is like what you would call shredded. As you can see, it looks like chicken or pork, whatever you prefer. And you can either crisp it or warm it. I'm just warming it up on the pot. I had the cover on. I took it off so you can see it. Now I'm going to show you how to shred that and get it prepared. It's real easy. And it tastes like chicken. You can make it anything you want. You can use any seasonings and herbs you want. I did an Italian style because I'm making a regular pizza. Alright, so you get this non-GMO organic young jackfruit native forest. It's going to look like this. Alright, they come in chunks like that. By the way, I'll tell you real quickly here. I battered these and deep fried them in like a pot of oil. I don't have an air fryer. And I made chicken nuggets. They were awesome. They were almost like hush puppies. They were a little bit too floured and battered. But what you're going to do is get yourself a cutting board. Put down a couple paper towels. And before you do that though, here's the trick so you don't have to use your strainer. Just pull the top off it out a little bit and drain it. Then fill it up with water once or twice and drain it. Then come over here, put a paper towel down, a couple paper towels, fold it up, and put another one on top, and then press them down with your hands. Squish all the water out as you can. Right? So I did that already with these. That's why they look kind of broken up. But as you can see, they fall apart pretty easily here. This is the best company I feel for them. And you can cut them up with a knife and a fork. Most of them are incredibly tender already. And it has a nice plain flavor, like a nothingness flavor, and a texture of like what would be like tender chicken or pork or something like that. So it works real good. Use what you want and then put it in a Tupperware and keep it in the fridge. So I would tell you real quickly here, I've done crab cakes, all different kinds of patties with them. I do chicken cutlets, chicken parm, chicken with gravy, all kinds of things. You could throw it in rice. You can do whatever you want with it. There's a ton. All right, so let's go over to the bread real quick. So here's the bread. This is an excellent bread, but I say in all my videos, I got to find something that matches this in a container that can be recycled. It's non-GMO. It's like a malted barley and a wheat. It has nothing really else in it. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's got like the vitamins in it, folic acid, iron. But it's malted barley and wheat. And it's excellent. It's just one of the best breads I've ever used or tasted. And I use tons of different flours. So the bread's real simple. It's going to be on the stovetop. You just put in, let's see here, salt, pepper, sprinkle a little baking soda on it. And, well, let's see. I'm a single guy here, so it's just, I use about 1.5 cups of flour. This will make me 2 good-sized pieces of bread or pizzas. So if you do 1 each for a couple, 1.5, 2 cups of flour will be fine. If you're going to do like say a family of 4 or more, then you're looking at like 3+ cups. You don't have to worry about how much liquid. You just pour it in. I'm going to see if I can do this with one hand until you get that. As you can see, it almost looks yeasted. It has that pulley yeast to it, but there's no yeast or anything in it. And the bread is excellent. I use pizzas. I make flatbread, I make wraps, I make like folded over quesadillas, I open face sandwiches on it. It's just awesome. And you could load up this with whatever you want, herbs, spices, garlic, onion, tomatoes. It makes great flatbread on the stove in 10 minutes or less. All right, so you want it at that consistency. So you stir the water, run your water, and then start stirring until you get that. All right, don't worry about lumps. It ain't going to have any effect. All right, next, cheese. So I have a mold of 4, and the recipe turns out to make exactly perfect like that. I didn't plan that. I bought the molds, and I combined a lady's recipe for her cheese, and I made my own. I didn't use some of the stuff that she uses because it's not, you don't need it, and this is a little bit better anyway. And I say that because she used nutritional yeast, and if you use nutritional yeast, you know it's cheesy, but it doesn't really taste like cheese. So use your own vegan Parmesan cheese, or get this on thrivemarket.com because it's excellent. And if it focuses in, you'll be able to see what it's made out of. All right. Notice it says inactive yeast. It's not nutritional yeast. It tastes like the real thing, and it's awesome. Get yourself this company's agar. I tell you that because it's in a recycled container where those like foil bags will just go in a landfill or the water. This can be recycled. All right. So get yourself this stuff, and get yourself a 15-ounce can of whatever, coconut cream, coconut milk, or almond milk, anything you want. I used what I had in the fridge this time, and I had vanilla unsweetened almond milk, and it works out perfect. 15 ounces. Throw the 15 ounces in the blender, 4 tablespoons, 1.5 tablespoons, salt and pepper to the taste. You could drizzle a little olive oil if you want. Blend the heck out of it. Now, I'm going to show you one more thing. This seems to make it melt a little bit better. This version I didn't use it. The last version I did. I've been making this for about 6 months now. As you can see, it's like a wet mozzarella type look and feel to it. So you get yourself some arrowroot flour, and you want it meltier. Put like 1 to 2 teaspoons in with the blender and blend it all up. Otherwise, it will be a little bit more solid, and it's still like soft and moist, but it will be a little bit more solid on your pizzas or your wraps or your crackers and stuff like that. Kind of like if you melted it and you had to push it down with a spoon or something, then it will start to melt a little bit. That's what it will be like. I don't mind that. So whatever you want. If you wanted to try to melt it a little more, just do what I said, 1 to 2 teaspoons of this. All right, blend the heck out of it. 2-3 minutes. Pour it in a small pot. Get a whisk. Put it on 5 or 6 in the stove. 7 to 10 minutes. Keep stirring. It will thicken up. It will bubble. Don't let it boil and splatter. Just let it bubble and bubble. It has to activate this algae. This is a red algae, so it's a vegan, what do they call that? Gelatin, right? And that's it. And then once it cools off the stove, make sure you keep stirring it. Pour it into molds or pour it into a giant Tupperware or whatever you have, a glass container, whatever you want. All you would have to do is go around the edges with a fork and it will plop right out. That's why I like the molds, because I just plop it right out. All right, so let's see what else. Oil in the pan. I'm going to get that chicken into a little bowl because it's warmed and cooked enough. It will heat up again once I put the pizza together. So let me cut the cheese up, get this going again. This is going to go on the stove in some oil. Same thing, 5 or 6 on the stove. And you may need 2 spoons to spread it a little bit because it does have that pull to it. So it's not going to be like a pancake batter that goes into a perfect form. You have to like use 2 hands with that, all right? And I'll show you once I get it down. And that's really it. And then once the bread is flipped a couple times, about 10 minutes or less, you can do whatever thickness you want. I'm going to try to do mine. Mine's probably going to be about a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick. Just spread it thin if that's what you want, more thinner. It will puff up. This is, like I said, excellent bread. So yeah, let me prepare all that and then I'll show you what it's like. I'm going to have a side salad. I got to get to the store. So let me see real quick. It's just going to be Brussels sprouts and lettuce. Is all organic. Same thing with this Fuji apple because that's all I have. I eat 1 meal a day, non-GMO, organic. I buy only what I can, 99.9% that can be recycled, and vegan, and as raw as I can. And I'll show you that shake in a minute here when I clear this all off towards the end. I'll show you the green grass juices and the protein shakes that I use, or the replacement meals that I use that are plant-based. case you want to look into that. That's really good. And I'm going to take you on a quick tour of a garden, my indoor garden, so you can get inspired as well. And I'm going to go through that really fast. All right, hold on. All right, while my pan is heating up for the bread, really quickly here, let's go through some stuff. Everything's non-GMO and organic, either from seed or store-bought and then seeded myself. Cucumbers that I've already harvested, some leftover radishes, organic garlic from the store that had one sprout, so I threw it in the ground, and now hopefully we'll produce all of them, and flowers. Here's some 2 different types of romaines. They're growing really nice. A whole bunch of strawberries and babies. Some basil that's flowering and gonna seed. There's some little babies behind there that you can't see. Here's some oregano. Here's a giant pepper seed that must have dropped in. Did the same thing with these 2 red onions as I did with the garlic. They had one of those things. Now they have that, so hopefully flowers, and they'll have giant organic red onions. Here's organic tomatoes, Roma, and they're non-GMO as well. And they were from the store, and I ate them and seeded them. In the back is Brussels sprouts trying to grow, and then I cut this a few times. That's sage, and it's growing back nicely. Sage works great in that bread I just showed you. All right, so it's a nice day, and it's not that windy, so here's some more basil. I just rooted one that I cut from that other plant, and it started to root in a glass, so now it's growing real well. Here's some giant celery. I cut it as I need it. Doesn't have to be mature. It tastes great. Here's some like peppers, and you probably can't see, but maybe peppers. So they're mini peppers, and again, organic from the store. I ate them and then seeded them. There's some tomatoes growing there. Here's some Campari tomatoes, again, bought from the store and then seeded them here. Matter of fact, I gotta get some water in there. Here's some more celery. Celery takes a long time to grow, 100 to 120 days. Everything else is just like flowers and stuff out here. Give you a look real quick. Some pretty flowers. What else is out here? There's a pomegranate out there, dwarf pomegranate. All right, here's some giant parsley with giant leaves, Italian style, I believe. There's some grape tomatoes. I let this go. This is the first time I tried a grape tomato, and look at, none of my tomatoes ever did this. This is growing like 7 feet tall, and it wasn't that healthy. It's only putting out about 8 tomatoes. There's 2 of them there. The rest are growing up top and down here. Whole bunch of strawberries, some leftover cucumber, leftover carrot, strawberries. I'll get to the strawberries in a minute. Wild mint, beautiful. It grows so amazing. It's like my 4th or 5th pot. There was a pot outside I didn't show you. It was the original from 5 years ago. It's from the mountains in the creek. It's spearmint. Like if I cut this right here and use what I needed, I could cut any of that, and in like 4 or 5 days I can get roots in it in a glass of water, and that's what I did. And then like in a month it's this size. No lie. In like 1 month, 2 months tops, it's this size. And then some more strawberries and stuff, because you'll see why. All right, so here's some large peppers. Again, non-GMO organic from the store. Ate them, seeded them, and there I have that. Potatoes, same thing. From the store, red, medium size to large potatoes. They flowered mostly. Some of them didn't. Some of them did flower. So hopefully, I never did red potatoes. I've done golden, worked out all right. Hoping this will work out better. But they're growing way more healthier, way taller, and they flowered. Last time I got potatoes without flowers. This time they're flowering, so that might be a good sign. And they grew really well. All right, so I started, this is May of 2023. I started November 2021 of this indoor gardening stuff. And I started with 6 strawberries, and now I have like 140 something. And as you can see, they have babied everywhere, and that's why I have so many. I know I say this in every video, but I don't know who watches this and who doesn't. Maybe they're new people, maybe you're the same people, but they just baby everywhere, baby, and they produce a lot of berries all over the place. Hard to see with the light and everything, but there you go. And here's some more down here. They're everywhere. I counted like 7 plants that are starting again. So they're all basically juvenile, because it took 6 to 7 months to go from like 6 to about 12 or 15. And then the next year it was like, oh my God, I got pots everywhere. Pots, get more pots, get more pots, get more pots. Here's some cilantro. I cut that several times. That's why it looks kind of bare. And I'm still getting some out of it before it goes to seed. There's another wild mint down there. It's hard to see with the light. There we go. See how big they grow, how fast? That one's actually a little bit behind the other one. And then more strawberries, more strawberries, more strawberries, more strawberries. So real quickly, I want to tell you, ooh, I gotta get some water on this guy here. Online Walmart, I got almost everything. The rack is called Hyper Tough, 3 feet, 16 inches, 6 feet high, 5 adjustable shelves. GE grow lights, 2 feet long. They're about 2 by 4. They are white light, but they are red and blue spectrum from start to finish. That's why you can see the different kinds of plants from babies to mature. Everything works out fine. They're excellent. I have no complaints. They're awesome. They plug into each other, and then they go into a surge protector. And everything is relatively inexpensive. The shelf is going to cost you $60 with tax and everything. They're 5 adjustable shelves, 3 different colors. So real quickly, I wanted to tell you, 2-bedroom, 2nd floor apartment. So I do this, and it's awesome. It saves a lot of money. I don't have to buy herbs. I don't have to buy like lettuces sometimes and all that. It saves a lot of money, and it's fun, and it's beautiful, and it makes your house look nice. See babies, that's what the baby looks like at the end. And then I got to get it in a pot before it roots into that pot over there. And you know, you have your own food. It's non-GMO, it's organic. You do it yourself. One thing I can tell you, the lights are from about 6 to 9 hours tops. I don't put them on for 16 to 18 hours like they say, and you can see everything grows perfectly. 6 to 8 hours, or excuse me, 9 hours. They're not really warm at all. I mean, they're warm, but they're not hot. You can hold your hand here, and it's not going to burn you. But if you're like scared, like, oh, I'd like to try this, but whether it's in your apartment or basement or a garage or a shed, if you don't want to leave the house all day to go to work and have the lights on, then don't. Put them on at nighttime and leave them on until the morning. When you get up for work, shut them off. And that you could do that. Water once at night or once in the morning, and that's it. It doesn't take a lot. It might look like a lot, but it does not take a lot unless you have strawberries. So yeah, you might want to start with one in your kitchen or one somewhere in your house and do some herbs and do some lettuces and everything. You'll save a lot of money. You think $4 to $5 per herb, per lettuce, head of lettuce, per celery or whatever it is, and you save a lot, and it's fun. All right, so I put that in there, and that's gonna go like 3 minutes each side, and then 3 minutes each side. So 3 minutes flip, 3 minutes flip, 3 minutes flip. That should be about it. Get your sauce warmed. I just put this off to the side, no big deal if it cools down, because it will heat up easily. All right, and I made this a little bit bigger than I wanted to. I don't have much cheese, I only have that block. So what I want to do is to make it chicken parm, I want to put some cheese down, then some sauce, and then maybe some chicken, and then maybe some cheese. Make it look cool and make it like a real chicken parm, you know, cover the chicken with the cheese. So let me show you what happens after a few minutes of sitting. See what I mean? It looks like yeasted bread, right? That's why you got to use 2 hands when you do that. And like I said, you can see how much is left. Another giant pizza or 2 small ones. That will make. It doesn't look like a lot, but when you start spreading it, it will. All right, so I just want to share that with you. All right, let me prep the rest of the stuff. All right, so when I was telling you about the cheese before, after you whisk it and it's cold or it starts to cool down and you put it in your molds, you just pop it in the fridge for like 20 minutes. I would leave it uncovered, and in 20 minutes you got cold cheese. I try to cut it as thin as I can. And that's it. So I don't really have a lot. It's only like a 4-inch or 3.5-inch block. My molds, I probably would want another 1/4 to a half, but I'll see if I can make this work. I just wanted to do this because I wanted to use that cheese up, and I wanted to show the chicken version that people sometimes like, the chicken parm pizza. I personally never ate chicken on pizza. I just didn't like it. This I don't mind because it's thinner and it kind of gives it a cool little twist. I wasn't big on chicken on pizza. It's either pizza with sausage and pepperoni back in the day, or all kinds of tomatoes and basil, but never chicken. Chicken with cheese and Parmesan on a plate, yes, but not on a pizza. But this I like, so anyway. All right, alkalinity over acidity, raw plant material. This is great, fresh and salt water. Naturally contains A and K and all that. I can tell you that the A, K, and B12 is not listed on the bottle anymore, but I got the scientific data. It still has 2 to 300% A, K, and B12 naturally occurring. This is awesome. Raw food, perfect food. Half a scoop, half a scoop. This is a different company. The first one was Garden of Life. This is Amazing Grass. I can recommend tangerine, lemon, lime, chocolate, and berry. This is the original flavor. It's kind of just like a very, very light plant, like you're eating like a lettuce or something maybe. I don't know. That's why I mix it with the other guy. They were out of the lemon ginger, which to me tastes like licorice. But these are great way to get vitamins and minerals and to stay alkaline. So I'll have that with or after dinner. Over here is what you saw in my glass before. It's chocolate. It's actually chocolate of this because this is the best chocolate flavor out there out of like 6 companies I tried, mixed with half a scoop of their chocolate. This guy vanilla here is excellent. Stay away from this vanilla from Vega 1. It's sorry to say that, but it is. The French vanilla and the vanilla is just, I don't know how you can mess up vanilla. It's just so horrible. I had to throw it out. I actually threw the shake out and gave it to my neighbor. He never told me if he liked it or not. If he did, boy him. So the mocha's really good and the chocolate's excellent. The chocolate mint is good, but it's incredibly strong. So if you buy it, use a tad of it and mix it with this. Or buy yourself some spearmint leaves, spearmint plant, or go out in nature and get one like I did from the mountains. This vanilla is excellent. Their chocolate's a little blah, but it's worth having because I like the ingredients and the protein material in this compared to these guys. There's that, and then there's that. All right, big difference. A lot of good stuff. So you go online and you do it. But that was in my glass. Here's my glass. I have one of those. I mix it with mostly water 75% of the time. The other 25% I'll either throw in a blender, and I'll add ground up sunflower, flax, hemp, chia, and poppy to it. It gives you a lot of like vitamins and minerals, protein, but it also gives you, especially the chia and the poppy, gives you a lot of calcium. What else? I do have plant-based calcium, but I'm out of that right now. Let's see if I have the bottle to show you. So here it is. Nature's Way it's called, in case you can't see it. It's a red algae. 2 different types of red algae along with vegetables and stuff. And you can't see it because it's a strange writing and it's incredibly small, but it's vitamin D3, calcium, magnesium, I can't see, strontium, vitamin K2. So yeah, it's really cool. It comes in big things. I bash them in a bag and I put them in my, what's that called, coffee grinder, and then I throw them in a glass bottle and I keep it in my refrigerator. So that's another great way to do that. And yeah, so add that to your routine. 1 meal a day, one of those, and one of these. I do, it says a teaspoon, I do 1/4 to 1/8 of teaspoon in this. 1 or 2 a day I have of these, depending. Summertime I'll have 2, wintertime I'll have 1, just because, you know, I'm out in the garden, or I'm out doing stuff, so, you know. So there's the bread flipped. Like I said, now it'll sit for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'll flip it again, and I'll probably prepare it. Let's show you what it looks like real quick. It's been about a minute on it. See the difference? So I'll give that like 2 or 3 minutes. And what I'll probably do, since it's a pizza, I'll probably prepare the pizza on it and just let it sit and cook some more and crisp up. And then I'll throw the top on to warm and try to melt the cheese down. That's it. Alright, really quickly here. Since I always put my indoor farm on, you might think, and I never thought about this, wow, that's got to be a lot of watering. What kind of watering can does he use? How many times does he have to fill it up? Not once. That's it. Buy yourself a $15 Home Depot plastic weed thing. Comes with like that little wand, that skinny wand. Get yourself a $12 plastic kitchen faucet thing. Like this, you know, it comes with that. So you can see the difference. So the black thing is original. Buy yourself a little piece like that. You can go to the store, they'll get it for you. And hook it up. Now watch. Watch how easy it is. Da-na-da-na-na-na. Simple as that. Water your plants without any hassle. Back and forth to the sink. Just water them as they need. All right, or take it out and use it as a camping shower. All right, just want to show you that. So now you might say, oh wow, that's awesome, I'll do it now, I'll do it now. Whatever's left, put it top on it, throw it in the fridge. It'll be good for a few days. Okay, hold on, I might have messed up, hold on. If you're seeing this again, sorry. Get yourself Home Depot, 15 bucks. Kitchen faucet thing, connector thing. I thought I paused it, but I didn't let it out. And then you can spray your plants. Spray, spray, and then you don't have to worry about watering. All right, and you can use this as a camping shower. Now, let me see if I can pause it. Okay, now back over here. Put a top on it, good in the fridge for about 3 to 4 days. When you want it again, add a little water and stir it up. Okay, so real quickly about that sprayer. You'll be done watering my whole house in 5 minutes, deck and inside and everything. The second thing is you can use the original weed sprayer, but it's thin. You could blast it or you can make it fan out, but it will take you way longer. And it's a long wand, so it's kind of annoying. I find it a lot better with the handle spray because you don't have to blast it, and it's easier to handle. And if you want to use it as an outdoor shower or a camping shower, or you bring it to the beach with you and you wash off your feet good before you get into the, or mud off your shoes or whatever it is, it's handy for all that too. See, I bet you on another cooking video that has 20 million views, you wouldn't have known any of this. Not at all. All right, I layered it with cheese. Now I'm going to layer it with sauce. Then I'm going to layer it with chicken. Then I'm going to layer it with cheese. All right, so I just go thin on the sauce because you don't want to weigh it down too much to pizza. You can put as much cheese and sauce as you want. So I thin layered the sauce, then I put the chicken on, then I used the rest of the cheese. Now I'm just going to drizzle a little sauce on just to make it look nice and a full Parmesan style. I may throw on some basil leaves just to add it. Remember, the chicken has the oregano flavor. So you can do as little as much sauce, but be prepared for it to weigh down the bread. So make sure you crisp the bread up really good. And then after you do this, crisp it up some more before you put a top on, because that will make it a little soggy again, just to try to melt and heat everything up. Then you might want to pull it off a quarter of the way, you know, like set it there, and let it sit for another minute or two to re-crisp. Got it? Got it. Good. All right, so there it is, finished product. Gotta let it cool down to eat. Real quickly, I just wanted to say, did you skip forward to seeing, like, what the heck, man? I just wanted to see vegan chicken pizza. Did you miss? What'd you miss? Did you see what you missed? Camping shower that also transforms into watering your plants indoors and outdoors with ease. Fill it up. It's a 2-gallon bucket. You got to fill it up a little less than that because you need the air in there. So you got like about 1.5 gallons of water you can walk around with and spray where you only need it instead of watering with a hose or cups in your house or something. Did you miss that part? Did you go camping? Because you might want to use that. Do you go to the beach? You can spray your feet off. Do you go somewhere hiking and you want to maybe get the mud off your shoes and the dirt off your shoes? Well, you got that pump. You can do it. Did you miss it? All right, be back in a second when this cools. Hey, you. I don't know if you can hear the music. It's Philharmonic version of Pink Floyd. Hey, you. Did you watch the whole video or did you cheat and go to the end? All right. It's excellent. It's really good. I like it better than I thought I would. I've done white cheese pizza with chicken and it was excellent. So if you stay with the 30 minutes with me, thank you. Hopefully you learned a lot or got inspired. Veganism, 1 meal a day, non-GMO, organic. That's my neighbor car. Yep. Organic, non-GMO, 1 meal a day. Only what you really need to buy. Grow your own food. Recycle only what can really be recycled. Some plant stuff, both the protein stuff and the green grasses, the spirulina, the indoor-outdoor gardening, shed, workshop, garage, basement, or even in your home or apartment. All right? Excellent stuff here. You can do a lot of stuff, like I said. I make crab cakes, I make chicken cutlets, with brown gravy. I make chicken cutlets with Parmesan style. I made the chicken nuggets in the deep fryer. I guess it would work if you have an air fryer. I don't know. I never used one of those. All right. So let me go eat this before it cools down. And thanks for watching. If you watched the whole video, then great, awesome. Hopefully you got inspired to do something different in your life, something more beautiful and healthy inside and out. All right. Lots of love to you. Bye.